এতটুকু জায়গা হ্যাঁ, ললটা তো দরকার হবে না, ললটা হ্যাঁ এটা একটু মনে হচ্ছে কাত হয়ে আছে তোমার মোবাইলটা। হ্যাঁ, মোবাইলটা কাত হয়ে নেই। হ্যাঁ, স্লো হচ্ছে। Start করো। Hello students, welcome to Sacred Heart Career Academy for NEET preparation. I am Swapan Kumar Roy for preparing your 12th biology botany portion. Okay, so this is a crash course, and in this course, of course, we will not go in detail, but we will take we will take only important point, and then through the question we will discuss this subject. We have very short time, so let us start. There are several chapters, but the one in which a student usually finds problems, that is the physiology portion, and I will start my classes with plant physiology. Uh, in the plant physiology, the first topic is the transport of the substances, transports of material or movement. ভিডিও আসছে না, তুমি তাহলে আগে ই করে ওখানে দিও না আগে নাকি। আগে চেক করে নাও। So we will start the course, and the first topic is the transport of substances in plant. Of substances in plant, or we can say the transport. Transport in plant. The transportation of substances, transportation of air, water, mineral, nutrient within the plant. The transportation of substances, mineral, gases, and nutrient that takes place by several physical methods, and these major processes are the diffusion, osmosis, and water potential. These processes we have to understand for learning about the transportation of substance. So let us see. I will give you the only important point related to this. This diffusion takes place by the general tendency of the substances of their particles. That particles may be molecules, the atoms, the ions, okay? They move from their higher concentration particle move from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. This is the general tendency of the substances. Mainly the gases and the liquid move by this method. Here they are required the diffusion pressure gradient. The movement through the diffusion requires the diffusion pressure gradient. That is, they must have the difference between the 2 points. The difference in concentration must be there. This diffusion also depend on several factors. It is influenced by the concentration, it is influenced by temperature, and also the medium in which it is diffusing and the density of the substance. The denser substances, they diffuse slowly, but which is the lighter, they diffuse very faster. Usually the hydrogen gas will diffuse faster and the carbon dioxide will diffuse slowly. So there in plant, the exchange of gas and the water movement particularly takes place by this diffusion. Diffusion pressure is the that pressure that developed due to the normal tendency of the diffusing particles. So usually higher is the concentration, the diffusion pressure is high. So we can say that substances, gases, they move from higher concentration to lower concentration or from higher diffusion pressure to the lower diffusion pressure. This diffusion is usually two types, that is simple diffusion and is facilitated diffusion. In the simple diffusion, there is no helper. The particles of the substance move their own, but in the facilitated diffusion, they require some helper molecules, and these molecules are present in the membranes of the cell, particularly the protein. The protein present in the cell membrane, that is the membrane protein, they help sometimes moving the substances across the cell membrane. So movement is by the helper molecule, so it is facilitated. Usually those substances which are very small in size, they can easily move across the membrane, but the larger substances they cannot move, and in those cases the facilitated diffusion is the answer. So proteins, they help in the diffusion of substances across the membrane. Also depend on the nature of the chemical substance that is diffusing. The substance that is diffusing is depend on their solubility in lipid. Those substances which are soluble in lipid, they diffuse or move across the membrane easily than those which are not soluble in lipid. This is due to that lipid is the major constituent of the cell membrane. So the hydrophilic substances, they find difficulties in moving across the membrane. The diffusion is a passive process. Diffusion is a passive process. Passive process means this does not require any expenditure of metabolic energy. Okay. But in a facilitated diffusion also, this is helped by the protein molecule, but that is not the active transport. So diffusion, whether it is simple or it is facilitate their passive transport, and it does not require any energy expenditure. And this diffusion is always from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. Through this process, it cannot move against the concentration gradient. So diffusion takes place along concentration gradient. In the facilitated diffusion, that's also always along the concentration gradient. The facilitated diffusion is little bit special because through this the cell can or the membrane can select that which substance will move across the membrane, which substances will diffuse, which will not diffuse. Then let us come to the other process, that is the osmosis. In the osmosis, substances move from a lower concentration of the solution to the higher concentration of solution. Of course, here the movement is of solvent only, not the solid. So when two solutions of different concentration are separated by a semi-permeable membrane, then the movement of solvent takes place from the lower concentration of the solution to the higher concentration of the solution. And this movement of the solvent will continue till the two solutions are identical. That is, they become isotonic. That is, their concentration become equal. This is the normal. So osmosis, also we can say that diffusion of solvent across semi-permeable membrane So here semi-permeable membrane is there. Due to the A cell which can cause the osmotic entry or osmotic movement of solvent is known as osmotically active cell. A cell which can cause osmotic entry of water is known as osmotically active cell. There is a term that osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure, this is the quantity of pressure required to prevent osmotic entry of water in a osmotically active cell. The pressure required to prevent the movement or prevent the process of osmosis. That is the osmotic pressure. Usually, a solution that has a osmotic pressure, if the concentration of the solution is increased, the osmotic pressure increases. If the concentration decreases, the osmotic pressure also decreases. And this osmotic pressure determines the movement of water from one cell to another cell. The another factor that which is mainly determine the movement of water within the plant body, that is the water potential. Okay, and this is denoted by a symbol called psi, PSI. This is water potential. Water potential actually chemical potential of water. This is actually chemical potential of water. And the chemical potential is, that is the available free energy. Available free energy energy content of a mole of chemical substance is called its chemical potential. That's why the free energy available in the water molecule, that is known as water potential. This water potential it has been accepted worldwide for convenience that the water potential of pure water potential of pure water is 0. At normal temperature, and when there is no pressure on it. No pressure on it. So this is the convention. Pure water has water potential 0. If the water potential changes due to the addition of the solute, okay, that with the addition of solute, water potential decreases. So addition of solute cause the decrease in the water potential. So in solution, the water potential is always negative. In solution, water potential is negative. And by adding more and more solute, the water potential will become more and more negative. Okay? This decrease due to the water potential of a solution due to addition of solute is known as solute potential. Solute potential, and it is denoted by psi S. The water potential we can write psi W, and this is psi S. This is also solute potential is also negative. Within the cell, when there is entry of water, osmotic entry of water, or a cell absorb water, there develop a positive pressure. And that pressure, which also influences this water potential, and it is known as the pressure potential. Potential psi P. This pressure potential is usually it is positive. Normally positive. And the value of water potential mainly depend on the value of solid potential and this pressure potential. So water potential is equal to solid potential plus the pressure potential. So we can write as a formula, water potential is equal to solid potential plus pressure potential. This is how we determine, and this water potential within the body of the plant that determine that the water will move, whether the water will move or not, or if it will move, then it will move in which direction. Okay, water usually move from its higher water potential to the lower water potential. Water moves from higher water potential to the region of lower water potential. So the water will move from pure water to a solution. So water move from pure water to a solution, and in a solution also from less concentration of solution to the higher concentration of solution. That is, it will move from the dilute solution to the concentrated solution. Water potential. So water potential is either 0 or it is negative, but water potential can be positive also, and this is by the pressure. If the pressure is increased, water potential can go into positive also. So by increasing the pressure, we can make the water potential positive. Now let us take some question and then we'll solve it and we will discuss this thing. Cell A and cell B are adjacent plant cell. In cell A, psi S is equal to minus 20 bar. And psi P is 8 bar. In cell B, psi S is equal to minus 12 bar and psi P is equal to 2 bar. Then the options are water moves from cell A to cell B. Number 2, there is no movement of water between the cell. Number 3, water moves from cell B to cell A and equal amount of water simultaneously exchange between cell A and cell B. What will be the answer? This we have to, to answer this, we have to find out the water potential. What is the water potential of the cell A and B? We have here, it is given the factors which influence the water potential. So we will calculate the water potential by using the formula, that is water potential is equal to that psi S plus psi P. We have to water potential of cell A is minus 20 bar. Solid potential is minus 20 and plus this pressure potential is 8 bar. It is 8 and it is equal to minus 12 bar. Okay. In this similar way, that the water potential of B cell B is minus 12 bar and pressure potential is 2 bar. Here this water potential of B is minus 10 bar. So which is now water will move from higher water potential to the lower water potential. Here more negative means it is the lower and lower. So the water will move from here to here. That is from the B to cell A. Okay? Because cell A has more negative water potential and cell B has less negative water potential. So our option, it is option number 3 is the correct answer, and water moves from cell B to cell A. If these things, it is here not this which one is having higher solid potential or pressure potential. It is ultimately we have to find out the water potential, and then this water potential ultimately will decide that the water will move in which direction. Okay. Bar is that is the unit of pressure. It may be given in bar in atmosphere. Okay. Different units are there. That does not make anything different. A question, a plant cell emerged in water water continues to enter the cell until the option 1 concentration of salt inside cell equals that of outside. Number 2, cell burst. Number 3, concentration of water inside of the cell become equal to that of outside. And number 4, diffusion pressure deficit become diffusion pressure deficit DPD become same inside and outside the cell. Now plant cell emerge in water. The water continues to enter the cell. Okay. This water movement in the cell, that is from outside the cell to inside or inside the cell to the outside. This takes place by the process of diffusion. This takes place by the process of osmosis. So here only the water will move. Water will move, whether it will move from cell inside to cell outside or from outside to inside, or there won't be any net movement. but only the solvent will move and the process is osmosis. And this movement takes place only until the concentration of the solution become equal. So here the concentration of the salt inside cell equal that's of outside, but here this here it is the concentration of the salt has been mentioned. This should be the concentration of the solution. Okay, it is not that because the salt will in any way, if the cell is here within a solution or water, the salt cannot move across. Salt will not move. The salt concentration will not change between these two. So this is not the correct thing. We cannot take as a salt concentration. Salt outside and inside will not become same. Whatever salt is there inside, that will remain that much, and whatever the salt outside the cell, that will remain constant. Concentration may change, but the quantity of the salt will remain the same. So this cannot be our answer. The next is the cell burst. Actually, what happened when by osmosis process, the water is moving continuously inside. Okay, this will increase the volume and create a pressure. That is, the turgor pressure will increase and the volume may increase. But what happens that the plant cell is bounded by a rigid cell wall. So the cell wall will not allow the plant cell to increase its volume. So in case of plant, the cell does not burst. So this cannot be. Concentration of water inside of the cell become equal to that of outside. This is also not true because solvent concentration it is talking about. Here it was talked about the solid concentration. Here it is talking about the solvent concentration. This cannot be. Next thing is, so this is also wrong. This one, the diffusion pressure deficit. Diffusion DPD outside and inside is equal. It will move, water will move till this DPD is equal on both sides. This DPD is every pure substance has a fixed diffusion pressure, pure substance. But when some solute is mixed in it, that is, it is made to a solution, then the diffusion pressure falls down. Okay, that is, there is a decrease in diffusion pressure. This decrease in diffusion pressure over its pure form is known as diffusion pressure deficit. Pressure deficit, DPD. So this DPD is decided by formula. DPD is equal to the osmotic pressure OP minus TP. TP is Turgor pressure, or it is also called that wall pressure. Turgor pressure or WP, the wall pressure. Osmotic pressure minus the Turgor pressure with this. So Turgor pressure or wall pressure, that is due to turgidity, whatever the pressure is developed, that amount is subtracted from the osmotic pressure, and that gives the DPD. So this is also almost like that of the water potential, but here the things are negative. Here it is positive, this DPD comes in positive, but the water potentials comes in negative form. Okay, so this when the DPD equal on both the sides, the water movement, net movement of water will stop. So student, we will stop here today. In the next class, we will come with some new question and we will discuss it. Till then, bye.